Oh boy, it's 5 a.m. on the West Sea of Falia Nia, and we about to get into a show today. Woo, boy, I've been up since 3 a.m. I was like, man, I got so much on my mind, refuse to lose. So let's talk about it, man. We're going to get into Stephen A. Smith breaking his silence on Ryan Clark and all the ESPN firings, okay? Then we're going to try and look, I'm really trying to make this show a show today. We're going to get through these things. Acho. Saying that Stephen A. Smith could have stopped the firings. That's interesting right there. We got Cam Newton, who's going to explain him being fired as well. We're going to go through that list. Rob Parker, not surprised Cam Newton was fired because of his Jason Whitlock interview. We're going to dissect that. Then we got a bunch of like almost rungs in the ladder of how Ryan Clark fell from grace with ESPN. So clip after clip. We got a Nick Wright reaction, the Outkick timeline. Why did they leak it to the conservatives so they could control the narrative kind of stuff? We got Ryan Clark in all types of moments, 3 or 4 videos of him going there that may have led to him climbing down that ladder. Emmanuel Acho gets called out for buying the YouTube channel for Speak Easy. So he responds to that. Finally, we got that on record. So love to all you guys out there, man. All is good in the hood over here. Got some important things going on today and Friday. So, you know, the way that you tap into your inner self, your higher power, whatever that may be, send a prayer to your boy. Love to all y'all who are sending comments. Love to all y'all who are just sending well wishes. Love to all y'all who are reaching out to me, DM, actually texting, calling. It's love, man, from everybody. So I appreciate y'all as we take time to separate the real from the fake, man. I hate this world that you can wake up, get out of bed, and a lie done traveled all around the world. But as soon as you tell the truth, you're going to have to wait for that facts. It takes forever. So, hey, we are here. We are there. All right, let's get into the show. God dang it, Wiley. As Ice Cube said, God dang, I'm glad y'all set it off. Used to be hard, now you're just wet and soft. Heard you was down with the AK. Then I seen you on the video with Miss Chalet. So let's start here. Let's start formally, shall we? These are the ESPN layoffs. I just want to get this out the way. So then we're going to get into Stephen A. Smith and his response. Layoffs come nearly 6 months after Disney finalized its acquisition of NFL Network in exchange for a 10% stake. So you bring in more, everyone says, okay, well, you're going to have to do more, pay more. And they like, ESPN said, you know what we're not going to do? We're not going to pay more. We're going to keep our bottom line the same. So that's what happens in this situation. So let's read through this. Corporate mergers and acquisitions almost inevitably result in layoffs as the two companies discover redundancies. If you ever play around with ChatGPT or any AI, you could type in, you could bring 2 huge documents, I mean like Bibles, 2 Bibles. You can say, combine these, the Old Testament and the New Testament, combine King James Version, and I want no redundancies. And boy, it will sift through it. And that's what these corporate mergers turn into. Hey, you the associate athletic director of editing. Oh, what do you do? Oh, you do athletic editing and you're the associate director too? One of y'all got to go. That's how the game goes. Simple as that. All right. We don't need that many damn quarterbacks on this team is what they're trying to say. All right. So nearly 6 months after ESPN parent company finalized its acquisition, NFL, they got that going. Right. So now the main thing is, where's the list? I want the list. I got to get into the list. They put me on the list. So let's get the list going. All right. I want to see the list. Can you make this go up? Did you get stuck? I don't like you right now. All right. So I'm about to close out of that to get the list. Where the list at? Dang it. Stop playing with me. Oh, here we go. So here's the list. They put me on the list. I ain't taking my rap Tourette's. I ain't take it today, so we're going to have some problems. All right. We have carefully evaluated our teams, blah, blah, blah. They trying to be nice to people that they about to fire. You know how the gang goes, so they say all that nice stuff. Let's get to who got yesterday, right? Like, 2 things we got to remember in life. One, if you live long, no, forget it. If you live, you're going to die. Forget long. People die as soon as they're born, right? If you live, you're going to die. And if you work, and you working for somebody else, you're going to get fired. You're going to get fired sooner or later. I got cut. I've never been fired. I've been cut. So feel the same damn thing. All right. So that's how the game goes. Don't trip on it. Don't trip on it. So that's what it was. That list right there we got into. Did I do the list? No, I didn't. Where'd it go? This thing hating me right now. All right. I might get fired. I'm going to try one more time because guess what? I'm persistent. Where did it go? I want to see it one more time. If it's not there, we're just going to have to freestyle. Oh, man, I don't want the world. Oh, there you go. All right, I scrolled too much. You scroll too much, Wiley. All right, NFL analyst Ryan Clark. Yep. Carl Ravage. Man, I mean, like a damn ambassador of employment, let alone baseball. Good Lord. Tom Pelissero. I don't think I've ever heard a disturbing word from him, but sometimes that means you too safe. I don't know. Tom Pelissero, what he did. And look, I shouldn't even slant this like it matters what they did, because it doesn't. Real spit. David Lloyd, Stephania Bell. She was there when I was there. Golly, she lasted a while. Charles Davis, Cam Newton. Let me try and get up in here. Let me squeeze my face up in here. Bart Scott, man, I thought he had survived it before. And I was like, I thought he was on thin ice before, but all to the good. He lasted, though. He got great analysis, too. That's sad. Andreas Hale, all right, combat sports reporter. They went everywhere. And Dan had you. Y'all got to help me out with who that is, but that's how the game goes. So those are the ones that are gone. Look at this list right here of all the greats that are no longer there on the network. Gone. Bye-bye. All right? So we see that list. Now let's get into it for real. Let's do what we do on this show. Stephen A. Smith had to respond to this, of course, because Stephen A. Smith, you're the godfather of ESPN, right? This is your joint. So Stephen A. Smith had to break his silence and talk about it. We got time today, so don't worry, y'all. We're going to do it. We're going to get into it. We're going to get involved. Let's hear Stephen A. Smith break this down.
My man Ryan Clark for ESPN is gone. He was let go by ESPN yesterday. There's a lot of noise circulating throughout social media and beyond about how he found out. He was on the air doing NFL Live when he was notified, and various reports out there were saying that, ESPN was concerned as a result of knowing that the information had leaked, that he would find out while he was on the air from somebody else. So they wanted to make sure he heard from them or whatever. I don't know all those details. And to be quite honest with you, I don't care. What I care about is that my brother, Ryan Clark, a person that I consider to be arguably the best NFL analyst in America,
wow,
is no longer a member of ESPN. And I can't even tell y'all how much that hurts.
How they handle it. Okay. You know what's interesting? They put too much on Stephen A. Smith, man. That's the problem with the power that he has. If you Stephen A. Smith, you like, dog, I don't do all things. And I know that people are going to act like he can do all things because he's Stephen A. Smith, but y'all got to put some respect on the fact that, his name ain't Jimmy Pitaro. His name is Stephen A. Smith. And he got to respond to this because he knows that everybody's like, hey, man, you got the power to stop this. You got the power to make this happen and to stop this from happening. And I'm here to tell you right now, no, he does not. Now, I'm sure he has sway. I'm sure he has influence. I'm sure he has captain of the football team kind of props and cred. But that ain't the same as you, the principal. You the head of school. You run things on campus, right? We all been there before. We all been there when you're like, I am the Don Dada. At the same time, it ain't all on you. Break it down, Stephen A.
But I'm going to miss him. I am not happy about this decision one bit. The bosses know I'm not happy about this decision.
I got to back that up. I literally was on the phone with one of the bosses from ESPN. Literally yesterday. Sending love. And it's crazy because people going to put this on Stephen A. Smith like, he saw this coming up the pipeline and didn't jump in front of that bullet. And why would he and how could he? So that the why is answered by how. How can I do this? How much can I get in front of this? And as we go through this video and we go through this show today, y'all gonna see why there was no saving Ryan Clark. No saving him.
I've made that very, very clear. But it's also important that myself and anybody else in the world of business be grown-ups and understand that these are the kind of things that happen when layoffs happen. It's Tuesday, and by the end of this day, you're going to hear about a lot more folks getting laid off. Mm-hmm. People that are my colleagues, my contemporaries. For all I know, and I don't know the names yet, but for all I know, some more of my friends are going to be gone. The only thing that I can definitively say to you is that there's nobody that's going to be let go that was more of a friend and a brother to me than Ryan Clark.
Oh, you ain't got to tell us. We saw that on air. Every time you say something, right or wrong, Ryan Clark had your back. And that's a loyalty that a lot of people respect. I don't, but hey, good for him and good for y'all relationship, because I know it's a strong, real relationship. But I don't like blind loyalty. I like you to keep it real. And by keeping it real, sometimes you're going to keep me in bounds. And maybe, let's just be real. Maybe if that was reciprocal, not sure if it was or not, but let's be real. If that was reciprocated, you might have grabbed Ryan Clark a few times in these videos I'm going to show you going forward and say, hey, dog, come on, man. Because Stephen A. Smith, say what you want about him. That dude's a professional. I haven't heard anything like of real major media negative about Stephen A. Smith other than his commentary. Like, he ain't been in jail. Like people you know. Bow our heads. It's crazy. Anyway, he done nothing. I saw one little rumor mill try to get loud, and that didn't even get loud. Some auntie out there talking talk. But Stephen A. Smith is a pro. Now he get on air and you be like, dog, he gonna get in trouble. He crazy. He wild. That dude's a pro, man. You got to respect that. But he could have helped out the little homie Ryan Clark a few times and say, hey, man, I'm just going to tell you how that's going to get received. I know you shot that shot from your heart, but I'm going to tell you where it's going to land in their brain, and it ain't good.
I don't know how many times I have to say this. I don't care whether people agree or disagree. When I debate, I think about two things. This is why I believe I've never lost a debate, because I'm either right or I'm edified because I've learned from somebody who was more right than me.
I love that.
I walk away from the debate and the conversation more educated, more informed, more edified than I ever thought possible.
Layers.
And that's why I feel that I've never lost a debate. Working with somebody like Ryan Clark, anytime I talked about the NFL, anytime I talked about life, I walked away feeling that way about him because I had just finished talking with him or debating with him or arguing with him about something, because the brother's that smart.
Give Ryan his flowers. He kills it. That NFL coverage, you know what Ryan should do on top of all the things he's doing and the things he wants to do? He really needs to just sit there and like almost like a vanilla setting, like just let him in that film, like his Inside the NFL job, right? So he still got that, like, and really hone in on that on the independent space, because I know he does it on, what's that, on CW, but he needs to do it in the independent space because he destroys it. Him and Acho, boy, you get them boys an iPad, you better duck. And Orlowski too. I mean, duck. Sick film sessions.
He's that conscientious. He's that thoughtful. He's that sincere. He's that real. He's that authentic.
Now you're doing too much. No, he ain't. Like, don't do that. Like, look. Whenever someone panders, and I don't mean he don't mean it. I mean, he putting extras on it. I mean, he looking for what it ain't there. That's what we talking about. That's not authentic, right? That's somebody who is actually trying to advertise. That's somebody who's trying to do too much. No, he ain't doing too much. He doing 3 much, 4 much. Like, you doing the most. Like there's been literal conversations. Me as a 51-year-old black man has sit there and said, that ain't got nothing to do with race. And look, when it does, it does. When it ain't, it ain't. You shouldn't have to squint and then claim that this is the most egregious thing you ever seen. Hold on, why am I squinting then? I barely could see it. Is that some race? Is that some racial? Is that some racism? And then unless you know this is supposed to be grand felony. Come on, man. That was his downfall. Look, we all got our downfalls. We all sitting here. We all gonna get fired. We all gonna get not renewed at the terms we desire. That's my way of getting fired. Oh, we're just gonna give you something you got to say no to. Marcellus, here's an offer. What's this? Where's the rest of it? All I see is where's the fur? They like, nope, that's all you get. They gonna get you one way or the other if you stay long enough, because if you live, you gonna die.
And over the last few hours, I had to really, really refrain. Damn near got blisters on my tongue and my fingers from biting my tongue and biting my fingers, from refraining from going after folks when I saw how people were talking about him. I was like, they don't know him at all. They don't know.
No. This is not the time to play the humanity card. Look, that's why when I got my headlines, I'm as soon as I can, as soon as they unlock these cuffs, as soon as I can, I will. No, don't play. We all humans, no matter what. He was a human on that camera. He was a human when he did all his work. He a human when he get fired. Dog, we ain't got to protect you and shelter you. Ryan is fine. We're not going to dance on your grave. And maybe he's talking about those type of people. But at the same time, that clip was fully loaded when he was working at ESPN. He ain't ran out of bullets now since he got fired yesterday or the day before. Come on now.
At all. And it's a real shame. Some of the things that people will try to say, some of the narratives they'll try to create. And as I was alluding to just a second ago, like I said, when I don't care, it doesn't bother me when people disagree with me.
Okay.
Because that's what stirs the cup and that's what makes all of us better. It only bothers me when they get personal.
This is my philosophy. I understand when you're saying it gets personal, but it has to get personal. Now, you ain't got to talk about other people in my life that are the persons of my life. That's personal to me. Like, they ain't got nothing to do with this. Don't talk about my itty bitties. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about people in my life. But me, I'm full game. I don't know what personal means, because when you say that people are not, like Ryan Clark would literally lead and inject that people were ignorant or people were being racially biased or people weren't seeing what he saw. That's an attack on a person. That's an attack on people. You plural. You the individual, you plural, all y'all. When you say I'm not seeing something, like all this is an exchange of personal, because I'm giving you my time. I'm giving you my energy. I'm giving you my focus. I'm paying attention to you. Dog, I could be doing a lot of stuff. I could be in the gym. I ain't got to be watching ESPN. So when I'm watching ESPN, this is damn personal. We got to stop that. We always want to detach when it hurts. No. Stay attached. Ride that wave. Ride that roller coaster.
And when they're ill-informed and they get personal, there's nothing worse than that. And Ryan Clark is somebody that was a man amongst boys when it came to stuff like that, because contrary to popular belief, there's nothing that he'd say on social media or on television that he wouldn't tell you to your face if that's how he felt.
Man, we're not going to get through this video. I respect when people say that, but I also kind of challenge them to say, you're only saying that because you want to tell me you tough. But last time I checked, the toughest people I met, and I'm being real, martial artists and, them UFC cats, but I'm talking about like real disciplined martial artists. I know like a 17-time black belt, those kind of people, whatever the hell. They not looking for confrontation. I'm reading Bruce Lee's book right now, Warrior Within, for the second time. They don't look for smoke. Like, so this whole facade of like it seemed like the American male or just like the human male always looking for smoke is a tough guy. I grew up around gangsters. The ones that wanted the smoke weren't the toughest because they were trying to show you that they were tough. The toughest were the ones who tried to hide how tough they were, but they got that work handled. They got that work done. It's the same thing with martial artists. They walk around, hey, no problem. You bump them, oh, they say, excuse me. You bump them, they say, excuse me. And then you turn around, what? What you doing? What's up? And he like, I said, excuse me. And you go, what? Okay. I reloaded. Then it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So let's stop with this whole I'll tell you to your face stuff. To me, I'm just telling you how it lands with me. You sound weak.
And he would never hesitate to let you know where he stood. Does that mean he was perfect? No. Does that mean he was right all the time? No. But he was conscientious and he was thoughtful. And he's not somebody that I just loved working with. He's somebody that I love, period.
Yeah.
That I will always be here for in every way, shape, form imaginable that I can. I just wish that I could have been in enough of an influential or powerful position to prevent his exit from happening.
I mean, it ain't no more levels to climb, Stephen A. You at the top rung, brother. I mean, McAfee got that 60 million, they saying. And I know because he got you beat, like in terms of power, because he could just dip. Like he's a partner with ESPN, not an employee. But still, you the top dog. You top employee up there. You top dude. You can't climb no higher, dog. Some things ain't for you. Like, it's okay. That's okay. Like, Ryan's his own man, you know? And you loving on Ryan, people out there hating on Ryan, I'm going to talk about all things, including myself. I'm not a hater. I don't have that bone in me. I don't have that muscle in me. I just don't. I'm glad I don't. So I don't fight and do anything. But the point is, when things come my way, talk it. Like, I don't need protection. My name ain't Diana Rossini. You can talk about my stories because trust me, when you know the real, you're going to be like, damn, that boy didn't duck nothing. Real spit. You got to talk through these things. We're going to talk all glowing about Ryan Clark and his ascension and his greatness in sports media. And then when he gets fired, all of a sudden we got to, look out for him. How he feeling? Man, look, that's a big man. Not even a big boy. That's a big man. And I'm sure he wants this to be life lessons. So we got to talk through it to find those lessons.
But that's where you have to get to a point where you recognize what being an adult in the room is all about.
That part.
When we think about ESPN, first of all, let me be very, very clear. I can disagree with my employers. What you're not going to get me to do is insult my employers.
Say it, brother.
Business is business.
Yeah, pro.
And whether we like it or not, those people who made the decisions, whether it's a Ryan Clark or a host of other people, are paid to make those decisions. It's in an enviable position to be in. This ain't the days when ESPN could just hire and hire and hire some more without ever having to let go or lay off anybody. Those days are long gone. I'm looking at notes here, and I'm thinking about May of 2013 when ESPN laid off 400 employees, 5% of its workforce.
Damn.
And it was the network's first sizable staff reduction since 2009 when ESPN had laid off 100 people.
Man, that social media, boy, it came fast, didn't it? When did social media start? I remember being on Facebook. Like, I ain't counting MySpace. I don't think MySpace knew what it was doing fully to, like, Facebook. Facebook was like, whoa, that's like 06, right? 05, 06. And then, 7 years later, you can see the disruption. Joe Rogan been doing podcasts, I think he said 2009, 2012. Before I even knew what a podcast was, he was doing it. I remember my boy hit me up one time, like 2017. He was like, dog, you need to do a podcast. I was like, what the hell is that? I mean, not dismissive, but like, what? And we talked through it. And I was like, oh, okay. It came, and when it came fast. And for those who were early adopters, you were rewarded.
I'm thinking about October 2015 when ESPN had about 8,000 employees, but 350 cuts represented a bit over 4% of their workforce reduced. I'm thinking about April of 2017 when ESPN laid off 100 employees. And I remember guys like the great Ed Werder.
Where my name at? Oh, I ain't get laid off. There go Kellerman, there go Max, RG3. I mean, the one thing about it is we got to respect, and I know it's a tough pill to swallow. It's not about how good you are. It's not. It's just like a football team. Football teams, they cut good dudes all the time. It's this weird formula, and everyone has a different computation. It's a weird formula of how good you are, how much you make, and how much we got to deal with you, right? Are your controversies or is your presence more than your production? Like that's the formula. How much you making? How much you producing? And how much a distraction you are, like the energy, or just like we got to deal with another headline, or oh God, like are you pulling in the same direction? So it's a lot of that stuff. And sometimes guys do nothing. Like LaFonso Ellis was a beast at what he did, but he was never going to get in trouble. He was never going to say nothing controversial. He never was going to be a headline. He never was going to go viral for stuff like that. He was just a pro, a beast. Got to let him go. It's a weird formula. Like you got to make some waves, but not a tidal wave. It's weird.
And my buddy Danny Cannell and Trent Dilfer, who was doing a good job for us, along with others like Jason Stark and others that were laid off. I'm thinking about November of 2017 when another 150 cuts came about, roughly 2% of the workforce. That was mostly in production, digital content, and technology, but it happened. I'm thinking about that. What about November 2020 when President Jimmy Pitaro announced that 300 jobs would be cut with another 200 open positions eliminated? Or in June of 2023 when on-air personalities like Jeff Van Gundy, my brother Mark Jackson, Jalen Rose, Susie Colbert will let go.
Dog tier.
Or in the fall of 2024 when RG3 was let go, along with Zach Lowe and Samantha Ponder. And just this spring, ESPN had eliminated about 30 off-camera positions as part of broader job cuts at parent company Disney, because it all gets tied in together.
And let's tie it together. Let's give a salute for real. You know how many people get fired in these company layoffs and we don't even talk about them? I mean, obviously, we talk about the on-air talent exclusively. Ryan Clark, Cam Newton. You know what I mean? Camera people, producers, associate producers, just people just running around there making they good $52,000 a year. All of a sudden, good luck. Good luck. Figure it out. Find out. No notice. Anonymity. That's the ones I feel for. I feel for them because it's like Ryan Clark already got texts and phone calls. Hey, man, you know, whatever independent out there, whatever ad agency that wants to link with him and to pivot and take it daily, all that stuff. So other people are going to have it tougher to land.
The point that I'm making is that these kind of things happen all the time, especially in this day and age. So when
I don't know what's wrong with me. He didn't say Molly's name. Now, I don't know. I don't want to start nothing, but I just did. He didn't say Molly's name. He didn't say Mac's name either. Whatever.
I think about it, it's like, thank God Ryan's got the pivot. Thank God he's a 3-time Emmy Award winner. Thank God he just won another Emmy with NFL Live.
Beast.
Winning Emmys as a studio show and one as an individual in 2023. Thank God he's so exceptional at what he does.
Yeah.
That a network would be a fool not to gobble him up.
Now, let's stop. What network? There's only 2, right? In the 5. Oh, man. Where am I living? Oh, man. Saigon over here or something? That's annoying. Let me try it. I'm going to try to take that battery out. Am I burning something? Hold up. Oh, did that work? Oh, goodness. The ghetto. Talking about the ghetto. Oh, I got to get my life back together. Boy, these lies. Oh, I got to get these lies true. I will. Don't worry. I don't know what the hell that was. I think it was a fire alarm with no fire. Ham with no burger. Anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. I ain't even going to play it off. Usually I play it off and then try to catch it. I don't know what I was talking about.
It's NBC. It's CBS. It's Fox Television.
Out there, yeah. Oh, okay, CBS and all them. That's a good point. Good point. I forget. I always think about ESPN and Fox because it's cable. But then there is CBS, NBC, and all that. Then there's Netflix and all that. Yeah. You're right, Stephen A. Shut me up.
It could be Netflix. It could be Amazon. It could be whatever. Ryan Clark is arguably the best NFL analyst in America.
Yo, what's going on?
I'm telling y'all, I work with him. Ask anybody who's worked with him. This brother knows his football backwards and forwards. But when people are going at him, they know better than bringing up football because you can't touch him in that category.
Heck no.
And so folks want to get personal.
What is personal? What have they done? Look at me trying to get fair use and still use it. I don't want it to get shut down. I don't know what that alarm doing, but whatever. I know, right? The feds on me. Oh, man, they say, look, we ain't got nothing. Wiley been living 51 years. He ain't never done nothing. So now we're going to catch him slipping. He going to do one of them live streams, and I know he going to show his real colors. 51 years, oh, that's a preview. The real Wiley coming out now. What?
They want to bring up stuff about race baiting and all of this other stuff. He is a proud black man.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, I need to come. Hold on. Proud black man. Y'all, I can't understand this. Proud black man and race baiting. Okay, see, Stephen A., let's just say this. Your credibility is wherever it is. It doesn't need to go any lower looking out for the homie. Like, I'm not even trying to be accusatory. See, there's a difference between accusatory allegation and then actual action. Like, we've seen it. We're going to show clips. So, look, stick around. This is going to be our longest live stream because I'm going there because I got time this morning. And this is just too many life lessons, too many gems. You know, I'm trying to just go longer form through these things, deeper into the topics. Let's do it. You got to admit, like, that's like saying I'm not silly. I'm silly. I know I am, right? I know when to be serious, but I lead with levity. I'm a silly dude. I'm a big old silly teddy bear. I know it. Goofy, whatever you want to call me, corny even. Go ahead. But take your labels, brother. Check the material on your shirt. Check the material of your personality. Ryan Clark's a race baiter, dog. I mean, black people say that. What the hell? Proud black man ain't got nothing to do with you gonna be trying to inject race everywhere, including where it shouldn't be in conversations. When we here to watch a damn kickoff, ain't nothing racial about a kickoff. What we doing?
Who has tackled one issue after another, sometimes with a level of fervor that even alarmed him that he knew he needed to dial it back. But his heart was always in the right place.
Oh.
Striving constantly to speak up for those who couldn't speak up for themselves. Whose voices, no matter how loud they screamed, wouldn't be heard but by so many.
See, that's how you justify it. Let's just be real. Look, because I'm from, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are from, where they say we were voiceless, right? And I understand what you're saying. I'm growing up. I'm in Compton. I'm all Slauson. Ain't nobody listening to me because I ain't did nothing in this world because they tell men you are not valuable until you achieve or have accolade. I know how the game goes. I hate that. I am valuable walking around. I told people I was 9 years old. My mama told me I'm enough. I ain't got to wait till I get a degree from an Ivy League or get an NFL contract. You know, that's why kids be sniping themselves. And that's why the hood looks so bad, because cats be thinking they ain't valuable before they get accolade. This is a horrible message that we keep perpetuating. Horrible message. Soon as you're born, you valuable. Soon as you breathe. That's why you shouldn't lose your joy between wins or losses. When you down, stay joyful. You're going to be all right. The storm will relent. The storm will end. You will get through it. They say if you're going through hell, keep going. You will prevail. If you're going through hell, keep going. You will prevail. I'm telling these people, like, he's speaking up for everybody else. How's that authentic? He don't know everybody else. He don't know everybody's condition. Oh, just because they all got the same skin color or tone, they all are going through the same thing. See how lazy this is? You can't label black people the same. You know, my condition was not even the same as my boy on my block. My best friend lived down the street with 6 cousins and no mama and no daddy. He became valedictorian, got 2 degrees, a master in 3 years at Cornell University. Look, whatever cards you dealt, dog, play them. All this whole, I'm looking out and speaking for those people. You're not speaking for them. You patting yourself on the back while you pointing at them. Come on, man. We ain't doing that. Don't do that. Sorry.
That has been Ryan Clark. since he started in February of 2015 at ESPN, the day he retired from football. And speaking of that, by the way, how many people do y'all know that even though it wasn't a licensed official internship, as players worked on their crafts, basically moonlighting as interns for networks just to get their reps in so they could perfect the art of their craft in the world of television? Ryan Clark did that.
Yes, he did. Beast.
Consummate professional. Worked his ass off. Get Up, First Take, Monday Night Football, NFL Live, Sports Center, day, morning, afternoon, evening, late at night, no matter what, whatever it took to be exceptional.
Baby Stephen A.
That's Ryan Clark.
Respect, for real.
Not was, is Ryan Clark.
That part.
And I'm here to tell you something right now. We have challenges in our business every day. First Take's not going to be any better without him. Get Up's not going to be any better without him. NFL Live is not going to be better without Ryan Clark.
Nah, certainly not that.
Sports Center is not going to be better without Ryan Clark. Monday Night Football is not going to be better without Ryan Clark.
I told y'all I'm silly, and y'all already know me. I am. So let me get here. It's starting to remind me of the funeral, and Ryan Clark's not dead, but his ESPN career just died. I've been there before, so trust me. I'm saying this not to be callous. But I've also been there before when I went to a funeral with a person who was laying in that casket, in that coffin. I'm looking like, that's messed up. He gone. It is. We all gonna get there. We're all gonna be there. But then I'm thinking, how are they gonna eulogize this guy? Because let's just be honest. Let's just be real. We kind of all know some of the issues with this guy, right? You ever been there? I don't know if you got somebody in your family who's been in jail or prison for a long time, longer than me. Stop it. Silly. For real, like did something, went there, disappeared for a while. Or somebody, you know anybody who got out and got caught up? I know people that have done 30 years and they out again. Real spit. And then 1-2 times I've been to a funeral where I'm looking like, it's going to be kind of tough to write this one if you're going to be real. If you're going to be real. You don't wish nothing ill on anybody. You don't wish this on anybody, even though it's going to happen to everybody. It's inevitable. But you sitting there like, this is going to be tough. I'm getting that right now because I'm not hearing the real Ryan Clark ESPN eulogy from the guy he's closest to, tightest with. And I understand why. It's okay. That's why we do this show. And even if I'm the one that's in this video, like Stephen A. Smith or Ryan Clark, we're going to do this show. Because I'm getting sick and tired of all this fluff. And then all these kids are growing up fluffier. We got dudes in college football now. We got to do that topic. They doing all these dance-offs and doing all this zesty. And look, I'm gonna break it down in a different angle because I see where everybody's attacking them. But I also, guilty as charged, was one of many who used to do something similar back in our day. You got to wait for that video.
Again, he's not the only one. I don't know of the other names coming down the pike. I was hopeful his name would never come down the pike. Was I asked what I thought, what my feelings were? Yes, I was. And of course, I said, we have to keep him. But I don't get to make those decisions. And I don't get to ignore the fiscal and financial circumstances and ultimate ramifications that come with the job.
Nope. You ain't giving up that dough. They don't want your dough back. They want you to just stay out their way. Just be real, y'all. You got to put yourself in their shoes. The executives that make this decision, or the ultimate executive and Jimmy Pitaro who signs off on it, whatever it is, stay out my business. Let me do me. That's like Jimmy Pitaro coming up to Stephen A. Hey, what you gonna say about them Cowboys today? And then Stephen A. say, oh, you know me, I'm gonna troll him. It's same old. He's like, today I don't want you to troll him. You imagine, you know what Stephen A. I don't know what Stephen A. would say. I just know what Stephen A. would feel. He's like, what? Stay in your lane, stay in my lane. That's what the executive is saying. So even if you go up there barking for your boy, I don't know how much bite that has.
That's for the dudes way above me.
Facts.
And the ladies.
Facts.
Decisions like this, I would imagine, don't come easy. And we all got to be grown-ups, because regardless of the disgust with the decision that was made, you understand they have to be made.
Yeah. I just got, sorry, Rap Tourette's. He said easy. That song, Kanye, no, that's Kanye and Game. I'm going to the verses. I got to see it. Game and YG. Shout out to them. Love. That's going to be insane. Easy. That song right there. Oh, I'm sick. Sorry.
It just hurts. Ryan Clark has always been there for me. He's always had my back.
Oh, yeah. And
contrary to what y'all might think, he's even had my back when he criticized me. Because what you didn't know is that anytime he criticized me, he called me first.
I don't know if that's the best look. Let me stop. He had your back and your front. But then, see, this is what I'm talking about. I think this is what Kwame Brown was talking about. This whole go along, get along. So you just told me, and I know this happened, so I'm not even trying to out Stephen A. I'm just listening to him to teach the life lesson that we all need to learn. Ryan Clark will go out there and support you, but then he would call you and criticize you. So why he didn't come out there and criticize you? That's the real. You just said how authentic he is, but you just told me he calls you and maybe criticizes you, but then he comes out and supports you. I get it. You got to look out for your boys. But at the same time, isn't there a better way of doing that and being real? See, this is what happens. We can see these alliances and loyalties through the TV screen, and we like, it just makes us think you're not genuine. You're not authentic. We're just sitting there like, he gonna agree with him. And even when y'all disagree, it's only over cotton candy. When it's real meat and potatoes, y'all in lockstep. I don't like that.
And he told me exactly what he felt and why. And we discussed it, and I'd be like, my brother, go ahead, do what you got to do. I was very, very touched. Weeks ago when I saw a clip of Shannon Sharp talking about me and talking about through his mishaps, his trials and tribulations. He always got a call from me.
Real spit.
And it meant a lot to me that that was acknowledged, because that's what I try to be about.
True.
When you got love for people, when you respect the hell out of them, when they've treated you like a brother and you've treated them the same, and that's acknowledged, who cares about what y'all disagree about? As long as it's there, it stays there. It stays as a disagreement as opposed to morphing into something far more insidious. That was never Ryan Clark with me. That was never Ryan Clark with most people. I'm not doing this episode of Straight Shooter or Stephen A. Smith Show or anything like that, talking about Ryan Clark as if I'm writing an epitaph or something. His career is far from over.
Definitely not over. Come on. We already know that.
He's one of the best in the business.
Yep.
And whatever network it is should be salivating at the mouth to gobble him up instantly and bring him on board to do the great work that he's capable of doing. I'm doing this because I want to be in front of the camera and I want it recognized for the record. How much I'm going to miss this brother, how much I appreciate this brother, how sad I am that this brother is gone from ESPN, and I'm not going to have the absolute pleasure of working with him for years to come. It hurts. It really does.
Man, respect. That was real. You miss his dog. Damn, I miss my dog. Love, I mean, look, I'm going to say this. For the people, you're going to lose your job regardless if you do it long enough. Either you're going to lose the love or the passion or the necessity to do it. You call it retirement, call it what you want. Or you're going to get fired or you're going to walk away and do something else. Regardless, nothing lasts forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. But I know there's no perfect path either. Keeping it real. Hey, Stephen A., I don't like what you just said. Then he go on air. Hey, Stephen A., I don't like what you said. You kept it real. You still could get fired. You still going to get fired. Or the way that Ryan Clark did it. Hey, Stephen A., I ain't like what you said. But then on air, hey, Stephen A., what you said, okay, I understand where you're coming from. Not the way I would have done it, but, you know, keeping it whatever that is, which is not 100, but it's still being a pro. Like, we ain't on the block. You know what I'm saying? Hey, dog, we ain't on the block. So, like, this is work. This ain't block talk. This is work speak. So I understand that. Real spit. Love to all you guys, man, rocking with me right now. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think about that topic right there. We're not done. I just want Stephen A.'s response to it. He broke his silence. I want to give him his time and respect. So I'm going to start keeping these clips a little longer. And we're going to get into these top fans. Who we got? Too Cool 39. Master Proplex. Shout out to him. Trap Music. Number 3. Dan Fan. Number 4. Natalo Moretti. Number 5. We got 3 OGs in there. Where is Stomp? Let me start. Stomp. Boy, I tell you, I make one headline and Stomp done stomp me out. He like, I don't mess with Wiley like I used to. I gotta wait. I gotta see. He must have a lot of daughters and multiple wives. I don't know. All right, let's get into Acho. Acho. Oh, Acho. You said Stephen A. Smith could have stopped this. He could have stopped it, huh? Acho said, I don't know. Stephen A. has a little pool up there. He could have stopped it. Let's see. Let's see what you got to say about that. I can't lie to y'all. This new setup is kind of cool. It's kind of lo-fi. It's like simpler. Whatever. Let me just talk. I'm just talking because I ain't got no options.
Ryan has no issue with Stephen A. Smith, so I, by proxy, will have no issue with Stephen A. Smith. But Stephen A. Smith could have stopped this. And that's what's weird to me about seeing this apology is, Stephen A., you both have enough power to go to the executives and say, hey, yo, I don't want him to get fired. And B, you have enough power and fiscal responsibility and freedom to say, hey, yo, I will do whatever is in my power to make sure they don't stop this.
Okay. I disagree with that. And I understand, look, Acho's been fired. Who hasn't been? Raise your hand. I've been cut. So to me, it's like industry fired. We all have been told no thank you to your services. One, that shows you that you ultimately don't have power because you can't even stop yourself from getting fired. So Stephen A. Smith gonna have the power to stop Ryan Clark if they really want it to happen? You just answered your own question. Did you stop yourself, Acho, from getting fired? No. 2, what you're talking about really is that layer underneath power, influence, right? Stephen A. Smith has the influence. I'm sure he can get some intern hired tomorrow. He got his daughter and his nephew doing stuff with him. So I get it. You have had influence before, Acho. You wanted somebody, you didn't want somebody. I've had that influence before. I want so-and-so, I don't want so-and-so. But the so-and-sos that we talking about we want and don't want are still under the umbrella of what they want. Because if you mention your boy Lorenzo, who you play, Pop Warner with, and you ain't seen him in 10 years, but you heard he likes sports, they're going to be like, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Let's bring him in on a podcast commercial. I mean, just saying, we don't have power and certainly not absolute power. They do.
And so, again, everybody different, but I'm by no stretch of the imagination have the power Stephen A. Smith had. But at a previous network, on a previous show, there was a dude in a contract dispute that I was trying to get on the show. Dude wanted $25K more. I was like, okay, I'm making 800, 825, 850 over the course of year by year, right? That's what I'm making. And so I'm like, no, hold on. I'm like, take 25 away from me and give it to him. Because if he's on the show will be better. Eventually my contract will be up and we'll all make more money. So what do I need this extra 25 for? Just give if he's at 375 and he wants 400 and 400 is his sticking point. Hey, Acho, I need 400 to come on this show. What the hell I need the extra 25 for? You take the 25 and you come on the show. The show's going to grow. He ended up coming on the show. We had record-setting numbers. That show had never done as well as it had ever done since we had been on the show. Yeah. We all get new contracts, and everybody got more money. Everybody eats. And this is me making $800,000. What the hell is that? That's laughable money compared to the $20 million Stephen A. is making.
Blah, blah, blah. Who is he talking about? It feels like he's talking about when I left, and then he came on, but Joy came on. I don't know. Was it LaShawn? Shady? Maybe Shady. Maybe it's probably Shady. Because if Acho was making 800 at that time and Shady was new to it, maybe they were trying to lowball Shady. I don't know. Anyway, the greater point of what he just said is, see, this is why we got to do this show, y'all. We got to break down film on people, not just players, people. He said, why don't you just give them 25 of what I already got? One, they're like, we don't really give a damn because that's cool with us. We're not adding to what we got to do in our bottom line. So fine. That's easy. That's not even like a flex if you Acho. It's a flex to you because you like, I gave up 25 for you, big dog. I got you. But it ain't a flex to the network, to the execs. They like, all right, swap it out. If it's still in the wrap, we can swap it out. Remember that? Oh, that was a good one. So that's not a flex to them. That's not showing power to them. That's like, all right. You don't want them. You don't want your cornbread? Give it to him. Here's the second thing that's not a flex. They already want him. They already trying to get him. See what I'm saying? So it's no flex nowhere. They already gonna give him money. They ain't gotta give him no more money because you're gonna give some of your money back. Tom Brady salary cap playing ass. I'm gonna give this money and you're gonna go get Wes Welker back. And Wes Welker gonna stack. No, you ain't. Gonna use that money the way we want to. So anyway, there's no flex. They already wanted the guy and you gave up the money. See, this is not apples to apples. This is not analogous, as they say. Anyway, that was cool. All right, so that's one segment of this show. Let's say first quarter, end of the first quarter. All right, I want to get into now. This was surprising to me. Cam Newton was fired. And I want Cam Newton to talk about what happened to Cam Newton. Y'all know Cam Newton is my favorite guy in the space. I mean, this dude is talented. He's next level talent. But Cam Newton found himself on the wrong side of this as well. So as I stall and find the Cam Newton clip, hold on, I can't do three things at once. I can do two, not three. We're going to find this Cam Newton clip. Where is it? Oh. Should I play? Well, we also got Rob Parker talking about it. So maybe I'm gonna have to play these out of order. Maybe I should do that. Rob Parker first. Yeah, because he went there on Cam Newton. Let me see. Nah, never mind. Let's get Cam his due. He the one got fired. Let's be real. He the one got fired. I don't mess this all the way up. I'm gonna get it right. Here we go. Now here we go. Oh, another rap to rest. Now here we go. I gotta play this. Why? Some got to say this to tell me what do you want to do? What a sucker like me who ain't got no crew. Rapper.
The pivot ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate what happened to me. Some would think, but I'm good. 4th and 1 ain't going nowhere. Funky Friday ain't going nowhere.
Not at all.
When you think about what happened to Emmanuel Acho, Joy Taylor, different circumstances, different networks, different situations, but this is what you have to understand. When you look at the speakeasy, all right, and when you look at other sports personalities having and taking control of their own narrative, it's imperative that walking into this industry, you would be a fool, asinine behavior if you don't take that opportunity to say, number one, I need to learn as much as I possibly can because I do not know when that time is going to call, when I get tapped on my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, also take this as a way to bring more attention, more eyeballs, and to also magnify your personal IP. And I knew that that's what my intentions were.
Yeah.
They knew that that was what my intentions were. I was counseled to say, Cam, there's not another platform on linear television in your field like ESPN.
That's facts. He basically saying, look, I got fired. I get it. But they didn't get rid of the meat and potatoes because I already knew how the game was. They got rid of the condiments, the commercial that I was using ESPN for. That's why Stephen A. Smith got it so good, and Pat McAfee did it the other way, and he has it so well. And what's amazing about McAfee versus ESPN, versus Stephen A. Smith at ESPN, is that McAfee was denied the opportunity to become Stephen A. Smith, which is an employee, work here, work all the shows, build yourself up, and become the man. He was told no. And this is why it's such a beautiful life lesson. You could even shed a thug tear for it because you're like, he was told no, and then he circled back. And then they like, yo, we got to have that. Making more than anybody over there. And he's not an employee. He's a partner. A living man is a partner of ESPN Disney. He can get Jimmy Patel on the phone and he better pick up. This ain't your employee calling you, homie. You better pick up. Sick.
And that was truer words that could not be spoken any clearer.
Yeah.
You can't make me hate ESPN.
Yeah.
What I've learned, it was an internship almost. The production value. They're the leading sports source for a reason.
Yeah.
They have the leading talent, not only in front of the camera, but behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That makes sure whether it's a live show or whether it's in studio, that they are always on the cutting edge of topics and information, and also how it's rolled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's a brand, it's a machine, it's a network. See, that's the difference. Like being real right now, let's talk all three. ESPN, all their shows, all of us are doing the same thing. Got a mic, got a camera, got a person. Turn the lights on, let's go. They got obviously more resources, so theirs looks, whoa. Then you're looking at Cam's thing, you're like, oh, that's nice, that's dope. You got a fresh studio. Cam, Peggy, dope. Then you're looking at me, you're like, all right. Wiley in the bucket. But I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, let's do it. Because ultimately, it's about message being conveyed. Ultimately. Now, you need the bells and whistles so you can sell it, right? Rolls Royce and a bucket both have an engine, but they got different shells. They look different. The different engines, right? So you got to play that game too. But Cam is saying, I played that game, but the biggest game I'm playing, I own. That's why I love Cam having that mindset.
So when the news came about, yes, I felt like anybody else would.
Because I was going to say, did you see it coming?
I didn't, but that's not the topic that I want to kind of belabor on.
Yeah.
Only thing I can look at now, I will not be going back to First Take.
Yeah.
If it was up to me, I still left with some things that you can't pay for. And that's relationships.
Yeah.
That's connections. That's to be able to say, man, dog, we can agree to disagree, bro. But boy, Ryan, boy, you brought the best out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Anthony, man, it was a plum, pleasing pleasure, brother. Molly, respect you. Shay, respect you. Dan, respect you. Pete, everybody behind the scene. Quaker, everybody behind the scene.
Yeah.
I appreciated that because I did not have that education. I am a former athlete that did not study journalism when I had the opportunity to study it while I was studying school.
Yeah.
So now when you see certain things and you analyze and you start to say, like, this is how production works.
Yeah.
You'll be a fool not to take your notes. You'll be a fool not to network and say, hey, man, how do you do this? And then even after, hey, man, I'm calling you and blah, blah, blah. Hey, don't feel sorry.
See, this is the football player in him. This is the kid who becomes #1 overall pick football player. You can't be tough without going through tough things. How tough are you? Look how tough he sounds. He's just like, yo, see it for what it really is. Life ain't over. Let's keep going.
This is a part of the industry that it's unfortunate that every single person, whether tenured or not, will have to face someday.
That part.
True.
Either on your terms or their terms. Your terms. I'm gonna retire. Sometimes retire could be very sketchy because they can force you to.
Mm-hmm.
Their terms is, hey, where the company is going, you don't align with it.
Yeah.
And that's still cool. Bro, I'm a professional at what I do. And I will reiterate, you will not make me hate my experience with ESPN. What I've been able to garner with the face of sports media and Stephen A. Smith is something that I'll take to my grave.
Yeah.
The ability to roll out information, to process information in real time, to have a vast depth of verbiage and wordplay, not just with football, but basketball, baseball, boxing, golf,
Got
tennis.
everywhere, brother.
That's a person that you just marvel at.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? He giving out them flowers. He really talking that talk. And the thing about it is, he knows that experience elevated him, not only internally but externally. Like the commercial of ESPN, Cam Newton going to this HBCU and him over there dancing with the band. Come on, man. Imprinted in your brain, stay in your brain all day.
And contrary to what anybody may say, there will never be bad blood between me and Ryan Clark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying this here now. I respect a man that could call me and say, hey, man, this is why I feel the way I feel. You can't hate that. You can't hate a person by being able to say, dog, you look the part, you act the part, you are the part. But still, even having all those things with you, you still may not be the right fit at that particular point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the narrative may be. Oh, man, the only reason why he was there was because of, it don't matter what you may think, homeboy. It don't matter what you think, homegirl. Mm-hmm. I'm appreciative to even have had that opportunity.
For sure.
Boy, that's game right there. Because sometimes you can get too cute for your own opportunity. You be like, first you want it. You don't care how you get it because you really want it. But then when it becomes a real opportunity and it's presented to you, sometimes people get into their own head. How did I get it? I don't want people to think like, I don't want to be looking like Bronny James out here. Man, you get your ass up in the NBA. I don't care how you, oh man, I don't want my daddy to do it. What do you think nepotism is? Why you think the greatest transfers of wealth in human history is marriage and inheritance? Sounds real familiar to me. Sounds like some nepotism, cronyism, some wifeyism, husbandism. You better get in where you fit in and get there.
Is it unfortunate? Absolutely. But don't feel sorry for me. People go separate ways from jobs that they've been with way more than what I just went through.
Mm-hmm.
But own your own. To any former athlete that's out there that see this, listen, bro. Listen, sir. Hey, get you your own platform because it'll be hard to remove you from that.
Because what does that make you feel like to have your own platform? Like when you walk into something that you have created, what does that feel like? And what does that give you the option to do?
It's a constant. It's a constant of work. You have to pour into your team. That was a job that I tried to do at a high level.
Yeah.
This Iconic Saga, 4th and 1, Funky Friday, anything content can, that's my passion.
Mm-hmm.
I so happen to get paid from that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more passionate about those things because when I talk to the team and pre-production, the Hassans, the Billies, the U's, whether it's John A on Funky Friday, when I talk with the team, Jimbo, VJ, you got shit. It don't matter. You got Rich, you got John Pierre, the whole team. Everybody knows, hey, how are we going to go? Tell us so we can execute it. When you go work for an organization like Disney, you're listening to instruction and you're trying to execute it how they want you to execute.
Correct.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's the same message that I'm not lying. I heard the reason why a little old ghetto boy like me goes to Columbia was not because I wanted to flex how smart I was. It was because I wanted to be received and perceived as intelligent. I've been lied on my whole life from beginning. I'm a gangster. I'm a drug dealer. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna be shit. You know, like you ain't gonna make it to 18. You gonna get shot. Like all this stuff. You know all the games you heard, all the stereotypes. And I said, man, I easily can kind of like just remove that with this opportunity. Simple as that. But you know what he's talking about is not only what you get in perception and reception. He's talking about the power you have when things go wrong. And let's be real, Cam Newton still got everything rolling still. He just lost his commercial. So now he's going to have to find other ways to get it out there. No worries. Here's the thing about me. All the stuff I've been going through, headlines last week or two, before headlines. You think a network dealing with that? So you basically, you always under their thumb and you always tethered to them. And they can wake up and have a bad day. You can wake up and have a bad day. The point is, it can still go and flow if you own it. That's what ownership allows you to fail forward. That's all this is about. I hate when it becomes all these other dimensions of it. No, money, no, all these conversations we're having about power, it's all about failing forward because we all fail. We all mess up. But some of us, the consequences are grand, sometimes grave when you mess up. Grace and mercy, as we would say, higher power. On this planet, on this day-to-day, on this how it worked for Cam and Ryan Clark, others, can I fail forward? When I mess up or when you think I messed up and you just get rid of me, can I fail forward?
That's the difference. Mm-hmm. So in this world of media, my question is, where do they go from here? I'm going to be paying attention because it's not to poke at it, or it's not to feel a certain type of way or be jealous. I'm intrigued because a guy like Pat McAfee has been able to flourish through it all. And it's just not with Pat. Darius Butler and his whole cast has just been unbelievable. You have to learn, and you can't take these things serious where you lose the vision of what you want. I've always been on the forefront to say, hey, man, I want to create content and hold people accountable. And just like this particular situation, yes, it gets me in my feelings. I'll be lying if it didn't. I love my time traveling back and forth to LGA, LaGuardia, and Kennedy, and all the. It didn't matter, bro. I was willing to work. Mm-hmm. I was willing to work, and I wanted to work. I wanted to get the experience. So now I can take all that intel and bring it back to what I own outright.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sure. I know it's a lot of sensitivity and like, how you feel, bro? You good, bro? A lot of outpouring in text message and phone calls. Hey, dog, bro, hold your head, bro. We are good.
Thanks.
Basically, he's saying, like, I don't been through worse, and I got to use this for what it is. See, like, if you really in lockstep with time, and I think football players get this different than the average bear, you realize that every single play, kind of like a golf swing, is its own world in itself. And no matter how amazing that play goes, just like that golf swing, you still got another one coming. Or no matter how bad that play was, you still got another one coming until you don't. And when you don't, you ain't got time to think about it because it's over. 6 million ways to die. Choose one. Don't die every time you get bad news. Don't die every time you got something that comes at your way, and it's adverse, and you just frustrated, and you want to collapse, and you want to stay in hell instead of going through hell so you can prevail. That's what Cam talking about. Football players get that. Maybe golfers, I don't know, maybe regular laymen get it. But the point is, keep going, dog.
I appreciate it. And if you want to, just like, share, comment.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Didn't do that if you really rock with. Yeah, you have to bring the reality and make it real. I knew with that type of situation or that type of gig, not necessarily that it was a matter of time. I knew that in that company, you have different thoughts and opinions every single day, every season, every week, every year. And you have to prove your worth. Mm-hmm. That's not to say I didn't. That's not to say Ryan didn't or others who are going to get laid off. That's unfortunate because, yes, your confidence or your image takes a hit. It's like, dang, what happened to your boy? No. ESPN was good to me. And it's still good to me because the emails that I've garnered, the relationships, the phone numbers, those relationships is something that I can take with me and apply it in any type of capacity.
That part.
So as I'm going through this, I will tell the people who may go through this or may not go through this, this is the time that you take your content extremely serious. And it's not for me to be bitter. Because I'm not. Mm-hmm. It's not
time to be bitter, big dog. Blah, blah, blah. Woo! Cam was dropping jewels right there. Gotta respect the gangster. Gotta respect the gangster. All right. So that's Cam Newton explaining that. Now we're gonna go straight into it because some people said, dog, Cam, you should have saw it coming. You talking about you didn't see it coming. I don't know why you didn't. And that's what's interesting from Rob Parker. And shout out to Kelvin Washington, my dog. Talked to him yesterday. They're like, Cam, this was your death nail into your heart right here. Let's go.
He said some crazy stuff that Cam just sat there. And
we're talking about the Jason Whitlock interview with Cam Newton that I thought was amazing, but I understand it didn't land well with Stephen A. Smith. What he was saying with the solitaire thing was basically like, what man goes to a basketball game, testosterone's in the air and decides to play solitaire, like that kind of stuff. Football season coming up, and you see these firings right before football because football is the moneymaker, and the moneymaker means you got all hands on deck. All hands on deck means y'all can't hide no more in y'all off seasons and your vacations. And yeah, Cam, that interview was a few months ago, and we ain't really been ramping it up yet. And yeah, Ryan Clark, you said that about Schrager, and that was during the season, so we really didn't want to be abrupt. But now we had time to think. We got distance from it, got our collective breath together, inhaled, exhaled. That's what okay. And that's what's crazy. So, once again, you can keep it real and get fired. And then you also can look out and take care and pander and still get fired. We already went through that a few minutes ago. Here's the thing about this. He's right. Kelvin is dead right. Like, dog, you can't just be up in there just letting people say whatever they want. But at the same time, when we saw that performed, when we saw Shannon Sharp, who I didn't think did anything wrong, he like, dog, I invited this dude on. He's saying stuff I didn't know about or stuff I can't fact check. I don't know. It's all his opinion or his interactions. I don't know. I wasn't there. He let him go. He let Cat Williams go. You know what that ended up being? The highest viewed video in YouTube history for an interview. So incentive shape behavior. You can't tell Shannon or tell somebody for real, oh man, you better check them and fact check them and make sure they stay within the guardrails. The rewards are $2,000 to let them just be. And frankly, what are the rules if we're going to implement them? Because I guarantee you they're out of that. We get it. Here's the thing. Once again, Kelvin's right, but also the other side is right. How do you check somebody who's coming on there to talk about somebody else and their thoughts about that person? Why you invite them if you don't want their thoughts? Just think about it. All right, you're right. how do you execute it? How do you implement it? This is what stops a lot of founders, like VCs and investors. They always are getting pitched. Everyone has a great idea. There are a trillion great ideas. And then what knocks that trillion down to only like 1,000 is, what does that team look like? Who's going to do this? And how do you execute it? Literally, it stalls most things because they sound great up here until you got to apply them to this. How do you do an interview and you bring somebody on? If you brought me on and I start telling you what I thought of this person and you keep interrupting me, or you keep telling me, I don't know about that. Well, yeah, I know you don't know because you weren't there, or you don't think the same as I do. I'm telling you what doesn't add up, right? If I came on there and started saying Ice Cube wasn't no gangster for real, you know what I mean? Like, that ain't groundbreaking news. You think he was doing drive-bys and rapping like that? No. So that's what happened there. So beat up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Should Cam Newton have saw it coming or been blindsided? Did you think Cam Newton was going to get laid off or not? All right, now we got to get into the meaty section. This is where it gets real. Some of these clips right here, as we're going to talk about Ryan Clark and recap all of that. Some of these clips in here, man, let's talk about how it happened. So watch this. Everyone is mad that Ryan Clark obviously got fired while mid-show. Everyone's mad that not only did that happen, but it got leaked out to Outkick, a conservative site. So obviously, Ryan Clark race baiting, and then you're going to send it to the other side to let it go. People had issue with it. This is how it went down according to Outkick, according to Bobby Barat.
As I understand it, based on what you posted, that you had the story from multiple sources that Ryan Clark was going to be probably the biggest of all the names in this particular jettisoning of a town at ESPN. And walk me through that part of it, how you guys had the story, and then what happened when you reached out to ESPN before you reported it.
Yeah, so, excuse me, it actually goes back to Friday. Someone contacted me Friday saying, what are you hearing about ESPN's plans for the Super Bowl? Which, for those that don't know, they're going to broadcast their first ever Super Bowl this year. And I said, oh, what do you mean? Well, one of the big stories is their halftime show is not very good. And it's featured Ryan Clark the past, 4 or 5 years. And this person told me that Clark is going to be let go this week, so there's going to be an open spot for Super Bowl halftime. I started poking around, and a little delicate situation with the layoff, and people weren't saying much. But I had it pretty confirmed at around noon and verified by 1 o'clock yesterday that Ryan Clark was the biggest name on the layoff list. And I do believe they had a literal list of the people they were going to lay off.
Okay, so when I hear sources, and this guy obviously is talking about sources, typically my antenna go up, my hair stand up, but I'm listening to this right now like, all right, I can see these beats. And then there is an actual list. Of course, there's a list. You can't go through all of this. You got to go through HR. You got to go through legal. You can't just be laying people off and just be like, whatever. You got to go through accounting. How much were you paying these people to go out of here? Any buyouts? Anybody wants less because of the non-compete? A lot of these people going to have non-competes. You can't go anywhere. You can take a little bit off. You can get some exchanges. We were going to talk about Emmanuel Acho and Speak Easy getting their YouTube channel from Fox when he was laid off. Like all these negotiations, this stuff didn't just happen out of thin air yesterday. This stuff is calculated.
So we go through the process, and I inform the people to work with that I'm going to run this story, get a policy to reach out to ESPN PR and let them know we're running this.
Okay, so stop there. So by 1 o'clock yesterday, you have it locked down, whomever your sources are, you feel comfortable enough that you go to your bosses and say, look, just to give you a heads up, I've got this on lockdown. I'm going to report under the Outkick umbrella that Ryan Clark is out at ESPN. And they say to you, do what first?
We contacted them around 4. So it wasn't right. You got to give your sources some time, right, to not make it too obvious. So we let them know at 4 o'clock They wanted us to hold till 5:45. We said no, 5 o'clock is good.
And when you say them,
Well,
you mean ESPN. You guys reach out to ESPN PR and say, we're running this story. We want to give you a heads up because that's the right thing to do. And they ask you to pause, to embargo the story for almost 2 hours.
Yes, and we said, no, 1 hour is good. So we're waiting and waiting. And by the way, what's so bizarre, while we're waiting, Ryan Clark is on TV. He's on NFL Live while we're waiting to report he's going to be out.
Yeah.
Well, then eventually ESPN says, all right, fine, whatever, we're good. So we post the story, and then we find out 1 minute before that, The Athletic had the same story. But here's the real kicker, Craig.
Go ahead.
The Athletic story only had a few lines in it. It was clearly rushed. See, it'd be different if The Athletic had pre-wrote it and was waiting all day for their go-ahead. No. They rushed it out with just a few lines. So put 2 and 2 together. While we're waiting for the go-ahead just to make sure everything's good, Ryan Clark knows, ESPN, in the meantime, yanks Ryan Clark off set. They tell him he's terminated, and they tip off The Athletic, all because they don't want us to have the story.
So,
see, the politics are still at play. Even when he's gone, their concern is not fully Ryan Clark and how it's going to land. Nah. They just go, Ryan, let me tell you, we did our part. Woo, we feel better. Now you're going to hear about it from somebody that we want you to hear it from, instead of just, it don't matter who tells you, because it's going to get out there anyway. Crazy.
So in other words, a lot of people have thought that, they have a relationship with a reporter at The Athletic, and they, I guess, that's part of the game. But you're suggesting that once you clued ESPN to the knowledge that you had it on lockdown and we're going to report it, in the time that they were asking you not to report it, they, according to you, turned around and gave the story to their more favored insider so that he could break it for The Athletic and you guys at Outkick couldn't break it.
That's absolutely right. Now, the good thing is that we have a very loyal audience. So when we posted, a lot of people credited us anyway because it was only 30 seconds different. But yes, and you're right. There is a bit of a give and go. Now, I don't really play by those rules. I don't think anybody knows me. I don't really do a lot of favors for media companies. I don't really get embargo scoops. Not really my thing. So I get it, right? I mean, they'd probably rather work with that reporter than me. Totally get it. And I told them that, but I also said, hey, what you did was pretty rotten. I know you did it. You don't have to confirm it. It's obvious. But here's the big picture of it is, Craig, they pulled the guy off set and told him he was terminated during commercial break at 4:48. They made a spectacle out of this just to try to spite us.
Yeah, that's crazy. Blah, blah, blah. What's wild is if they would have let Outkick do what Outkick was going to do and just break it, Ryan wouldn't even been on the air, it looks like. That would have been better for Ryan. He didn't even go up there to get, mid-show, end of show, and then leave. Suddenly just leave. Wild stuff. So we got a few clips to get into Ryan Clark and break that down, and then we're going to get up out of here. Ain't nothing but a gangster party. Beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Who are my top fans right now? Ken Matt. Who is that? Respect, big dog. You talking that talk. Too Cool, 39, Trap Music. My dog, Dan Fan. My dog, Slim Diesel back. Where the hell you been, Slim Diesel? All right. So let's get into these clips right here. I want to get into Ryan Clark. There's a few clips that made you say, huh. And when Ryan Clark did some of these things, you're like, oh, man, this is problematic. So we're going to have a little more on this tomorrow, too, because unreal what's happening. Tough sledding. This is the time where, wait till I show you this Peter Schrager. Y'all want to know why Ryan Clark and Peter Schrager became the big issue it was? Wait for this clip, but it ain't this one. It's the one after or so. Wait for it. It's insane. This didn't help because once again, we got Ryan Clark. Remember that position? Watch yesterday's live stream if you don't remember. I broke down the Peter Schrager one. I'm not going to break it down this time. I'm going to show you a different one. You're never he doing the once again the Heisman, which means I'm going against the flow. The elbow, what I tell you about elbows? Elbows tell you a lot about people. It's locked out. That means don't mess with me. And this is Scott Van Pelt's show, and this is Monday Night Football post-game show. And watch what happens. We're not going to really stay for the content because we already know what he said. But look at this. Look at the mannerisms of this.
Clear space for this.
1 second, please.
It's important.
Yes, guys, Kyron Lacy was supposed to be in the NFL.
Okay, so that was abrupt. They were about to go or go to commercial or get up out of there. I don't know. But he made sure to insert himself on someone else's show, platform, etc. And then not only insert myself, I'm going there.
Kyron Lacy was accused of something and being investigated for something that he didn't do. And he died having to live with the guilt and the consequences of a guilty man knowing he was innocent.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Regardless of what you felt about that innocence and stuff, I've done those videos already. Go back and check them out. That's rogue. What he just did went rogue. And it landed on Scott Van Pelt. Remember, Scott Van Pelt got caught up in it, thinking he apologized. Scott Van Pelt apologizing? What has he ever done wrong, right? So Scott Van Pelt's like, oh, how I get caught up in this smoke, letting this dude do this. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you this. This is why Ryan Clark and Schrager really means something. More than anything you could think, this is the problem right here. I'm telling you. This is what them executives are like, ain't no coming back from this, big dog. Ain't no coming back. So this is why Schrager, I'm certain, felt a certain way. I'm not certain he told his representatives or he told the network, because, you know, most communication is nonverbal. You just start acting different. And you bring in Peter Schrager, who some are saying make up to $9 million, I heard. I don't know if that's fact. But the point is, he's a big get. He's the big fish there, new guy. And then he comes in and he has to deal with, I ain't no athletes talk. You know what's crazy? He already been through that. PTSD. This one's gangster.
All the weapons that the Steelers have and the defensive woes that New England have, you're going to pick them by 3 to beat the Steelers at home? That's so disrespectful. And for you to even ask me that question, you or anybody on this panel, to say that New England's going to beat Pittsburgh? That's a travesty. Somebody don't watch football at this table. And then you're going to say Gronk has something to prove. It's unbelievable. So it's obvious who this panel is going for right here, and that's the New England Patriots. It's unreal to me, the bias that we have in
real Patriots.
Yeah, so we constantly.
That's all we do.
Yes, me bringing up the Gronk has something to prove as an individual.
Best coach of all time, Bill Belichick.
He is,
everything
by far.
Yeah, I see it. I totally
because he wears out the Steelers every single time. Belichick is absolutely
because Tomlin and Belichick have gone up each other, and every single time it seems like Belichick does win. I don't think it's just history.
And you know what I love?
Yes.
You know what I love about you guys?
Yeah, I love
what I love about you two guys.
Yes,
right
okay.
Because we didn't
never played together.
We didn't
That's right.
play.
Absolutely. So you know what you can do?
Yes.
Who is the most for the Steelers?
Kyle played. He played in college.
No. D'Angelo knows all. Tell him.
Yes, go ahead.
Which is crazy because Kyle did play in college. He went to Princeton, right? So Ivy, shout out, love. But he's putting Nate Burleson in a weird position because he didn't, highlight him. It ain't because of race. He just highlighted these two. They didn't play. Obviously, Nate Burleson balled. So now he's trying to divide the room. She's feeling like Mike Greenberg felt. Uh-oh, it's getting awkward and it's getting out of my hands. I don't know what to do. Watch where it goes. Watch where it goes.
College football at a D3 school.
No.
D3 school.
Yeah, exactly.
What D1 school is that?
Princeton.
Yeah.
Princeton.
Yeah.
Where'd you play? Memphis?
Great education.
That's right.
Great education.
That's
Now
right.
let's talk about them athletics.
Okay.
See, now you're clowning me. Nah, seriously, 1AA ball. I get it. It ain't Notre Dame, right? It ain't Indiana, the national champs. But look at the room. Once again, most communication is nonverbal. Schrager is leaning like, dog, this ain't it. I'm trying to duck the shot. Matrix, trying to get out of this. Hey, I play ball, fingers gripped. Hey, bro, you sure? You sure you want this? You know, we're not talking about for real. We playing ball. This is Good Morning Football. Guess who plays here? Me. Guess who doesn't? Who's a guest? You. Guess who won't be back? You probably. Look at Nate Burleson even looking like, oh, man, why'd you play that card? That ain't it. And then, I don't know her name, sorry. She like, I don't really like him. Let's just say that. Let's go.
Talk about it. You don't go to Princeton to play football.
There was a starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys to play football at Princeton. He's now their coach, Jason Garrett. Maybe you've heard of him. You should look him up.
And how many times have you won a playoff game?
Several more times. The fact that we didn't play football.
I hate to do this, but when people laugh to try to get you to lighten up or laugh and you don't, you should just play the music, play the violins, walk about. You have destroyed that room. This energy is gone. It is 4-on-1. Trust.
We're still at this table. We must be incredible at our job. We must be so smart and so intelligent.
I know. Believe me. You can spit out numbers. You can spit out everything that you see, but what you can't spit out is feel. And that's what I could do.
Sure, I can.
That's what Nate could do.
D'Angelo,
that's what she can do.
You're out of you're over your skis. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm talking about. I played this game.
Look at her and him. Look at Nate and Lady. Oh, and Peter, like, I ain't ducked this bullet yet. This is not it. So this is the same guy who walked. Remember, Peter walks into ESPN years later, and this is what you got to do. You dealt with this, and Ryan goes right there. Ryan didn't do his homework on Peter. Oh, go.
Suffering concussions in this game. I've been injured in this game. I know what I'm talking about.
You can't call you slipping at home a concussion that you sustained on the football field.
I took a hit from a linebacker in Division I football. I had a severe concussion. Yes, I did.
How many did you have?
Who knows at this point? It's the 90s. That's the problem.
Nate, where are you going to go in this? This isn't your boy, too.
Yeah. Admit it, this is cringe, huh? Yeah, I found this and said, yeah, this is cringe. Like, so for all the, I'm only playing this because I think some people are like, Ryan got fired for the Peter Schrager incident, or that's the tipping point, or that's the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm trying to show you how the camel was already limping. The camel was hurt.
I'm the one that stood up and said he played football. That's the first thing I said when he made that comment.
Where did you play college ball at?
I played at the University of Nevada.
Right. Was you ever top 25 when you played?
No.
What round did you get drafted in?
Got drafted in third round.
Third round. What round did you get drafted in?
You already know I didn't play pro. Yeah. I had an opportunity to go to my school to find out.
Would you say, honestly,
oh, man. Man, that's tough.
You say arguing with that the level from college football, no matter where you played at, to the pros is completely different because there's people that you can attack in college that necessarily don't chase the ball. We can attack this guy because he doesn't play hard. They're grown men in the National Football League.
It's bigger, faster, stronger. The IQ is higher. So I sit at this table because I can't speak at the game from a professional standpoint. But I will say this. Him being an insider, him playing the game and having perspective as a college running back, and then bringing the atmosphere of all people that love the game still, we can talk about it objectively. Now, we've all probably muttered that Bill Belichick is a great coach and Tom Brady is the GOAT and that Gronk is a Hall of Famer. But when it comes to facts about football, I think those numbers and what they're saying about those guys, those coaches, those players, it's relevant and it makes sense.
How is it relevant?
He's trying to be a peacemaker, but you talking to somebody who is hot 100. D'Angelo is so far out of bounds and still trying to hit him. Unnecessary roughness. D'Angelo's so gone, he hadn't even thought about what am I implying? What am I saying about the hostess, the lady there? Like, he going at Kyle, he going at Peter, forgetting everything he's saying to them. You got a double if you talking to her. And you ain't said nothing to her. But it's all landing on her. She like, if this how he feels about a dude that went to a damn D1 AA school and played real college football, like Marcellus Wiley, what the hell is he saying to me? I shouldn't be here. Boy, you know they had his bags packed.
D'Angelo, when can we plug your show? What show are you on? When can we plug it?
I don't have a show.
Oh, all right.
But I do have enough money.
Uh-oh. Now, what? We heard money. Yeah, we got money. We got money now.
I don't have to have one.
Is that what it's about? You are better than that. Right. You are better than playing you didn't play the game card. You are creative. You are interesting. You are energetic. Going on a show and say you didn't play the game, you're better than that, man.
Ooh, don't ever. It's nothing worse than when somebody plays a keto with you, which is they use your energy against you. They don't fight you. They just use yours and let you just fall out. Like, oh, you better than that, dog. You could have came up here and we really had some good conversation and insight. Nate is already burnt. She burnt. Peter's just trying to be nice and keep the smile on. D'Angelo went there. This is very cringe, right? A lot of people didn't see this video back in the day. I saw it one time, but I didn't. This morning, I forgot. I'm like, oh, snap. That's why Peter is so pissed. Because he's like, I ain't going through that another football season, or even the audacity that somebody could walk around with and think they could play that card. You PTSD, dog. You just tripping. You're like, no. And that's where we are with that.
In the media world, that's low-hanging BS. You're better than that.
What do you mean? You're low-hanging fruit. You're easy. But see, the difference between me and what I say, I'm not emotionally tied to anything that I say.
Right.
That's the difference with football players versus people that talk the game.
Yeah.
Because you always have to defend yourself because you didn't play it.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right. Well, listen, D'Angelo, we appreciate you joining us, man. You come from a very passionate place. I played against you, so I know about the greatness you bring to the field. Have you on the show. Yeah. Thank you. And
so before we go though, can we make these picks? We obviously know they're going for New England.
Right. I think we're out of time.
I think we're done.
Yeah. I think we're out of time. We love anybody coming on the show.
Yeah, we're done, and you're never on this show again, ever. That was one of the most cringe videos ever, seriously. Like, that's just disrespectful. And you know it's cringe, too, when they finally, they don't even shoot back. They just let you punch out, and D'Angelo hit him with the money line, which we know in the locker room, when anybody bring up the money line, it's rap. We want to talk about money. It ain't a money conversation. So a couple more videos to let you guys know what happened with Ryan Clark. He stepped in it with that one. Ryan, don't play that D'Angelo card again. And I know you didn't play it like D'Angelo. He put out the big Joker version. You put out the 2, maybe the 3, but it still landed the same, man. That's another book he lost. Peter Schrager, like, I keep losing these books. I lost to a big Joker. I get it. Then you going to come out here and play that damn 3 of clubs and beat me. All right. So, Ryan Clark, Ryan. And then we out of here. Good. We got 2 more videos. Ryan went there, and y'all ain't gonna believe who he went there on too. Boy, this show is necessary. We be doing our homework. Peep this. Can you believe this? Watch this. I don't know if I can play the sound at a certain point, but let's go.
How's it going, RC?
Bro, I'm doing well, man. You know, I got to talk about people who kind of wear football uniforms but don't really play football.
Ryan, have you ever tackled somebody on a football field?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ran with a football in an NFL game? Have you had a rush?
No, I have not.
Oh. That's weird. Have you thrown a pass in the NFL?
I have not.
Oh. Have you scored in an NFL game?
I actually have not.
Uh-oh. We're getting somewhere. I got to get this music out of here, but at the same time, man, come on, y'all.
Oh. There's a lot of things, I think, that make up a football game. You know what I mean? Like tackling, running, passing, kicking, blocking. I've done them all. I've done every single one of them. You've done, what, 2 out of the 7 probably. Who's more of a football player, Ryan? Oh, I'd like to know who is more of a football player, Ryan Clark?
Oh, my God. Now, I'm going to turn the sound off, but look at this face. This is sick. Hey, this is what realness looks like. He's like, who's done more on the football field, me or you? Look at that face. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So he's done all those things. And this is years ago before he even sold the show FanDuel and sold the show to ESPN. So, yeah, that part. Okay, last video, just to let you know, this is where Ryan was stepping, and this is how he got kind of caught up. Just being real, just giving you receipts. Last video right here, and I left breadcrumbs about this over the year or two, last 2 years. But I didn't want to go there because I don't wish for anybody's downfall as much as some people do. Okay? I don't. But this is what did it. Ultimately, this is what did it. And it precedes everything else we just saw at ESPN. Right? This is what happened to Ryan Clark. He, on his last, if you guys remember, on his last deal, it wasn't going so well. And then you put this type of pressure on them executives. And this is how it went down.
This started 3 years ago.
I did my ESPN deal. It wasn't what I wanted. You know, like I realized I was like I had to do more. And like honestly, I felt played. And you know, the worst thing for anybody that's from New Orleans is to feel played. But I felt like I deserved something that they didn't feel like I deserved. And so I set out that day and I said that day that in 3 years, I'll be the best in the world doing this. That there'll be no stone left unturned. I leave no doubt that there was nobody in the world that was like me. So I started my own stuff, bro. Like I started the pivot. I did the work. I got on the road.
Respect to Ryan Clark, man. Respect to he saw it coming. Basically, he said he saw it coming. This is all full circle now. I hope you understand. All full circle. Ryan Clark saw this coming. And Ryan Clark knew it was happening. And Ryan Clark built himself up independently so he has places to land inside the NFL to pivot still. Let's go.
I went to every show they put me on and made sure I crushed it. And so now, here we are again. The season's over. Inside the NFL is finished. And somebody got to pay the piper. And it's either, you know, we get what we want or we make a decision to stand on what we're worth. It's not that I think that I should be paid more than anybody that does the job. I just want, you know, what I'm worth. And if they think too that I'm the best doing it, then that's what I happen.
Okay, we're going to talk about how he saw this coming, but he still didn't think it would happen. Big difference. I see y'all in the comments saying he didn't know this was coming. I think he did. He just didn't think it would happen.
You know, when the year started, I said I was going to do more. I was going to be in more places. I was going to work harder than everybody. But what I realized is, man, you only got so much to give. And all you can give is all the energy that God gives you. And I did that. But I also learned that you run out. And at some point, you don't have nothing left. Your health, your mental stability, emotional strength, family, all of it. It takes a toll on it all. So I said, I'd do whatever it took to get what I want. And that I'd work harder and longer now to work less and make more then. And I felt like I put myself in that spot.
And this is the video in response to him not getting a contract offer he wanted from ESPN back then. Remember? And then it was like some limbo time. I don't know if it was a day or a week, whatever. And then he ends up re-signing. But there was a time where it was like, oh, Ryan Clark is out. Whenever that was a couple years ago.
So the hopes is the next time you see me, wherever that may be, that all the decisions I made turn into me getting everything I want and working a little less. If that happens, you'll still be seeing me. Maybe not as much, but probably a little more rested and happier. But one thing don't change. I still want to be the best doing it. That's always the goal. That should be yours too.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. Let me give y'all my full view, full circle thoughts on all these things. As I heard Ryan Clark say, he wants to get more and work a little less. That's how human beings are wired. We're all wired that way. We want to get the most and do the least. That's why you got to be in a good situation socially and a good family background. You know, all these things help you become socialized and programmed to achieve. Because if not, left to your own merits, left to your own spirit, you ain't doing nothing. Human beings, boy, we chilling. but then you get conditioned to do more, right? Mamba mentality to the extreme. You got to learn that. You got to get that muscle flexed. That muscle has to get built. I'm looking at Ryan Clark, and I'm looking at the firings, and Stephen A. Smith, he broke his silence, and everybody's saying, man, there are bigger fish to fry out there for all of us, right? And I tell you what happened to me. As I'm experiencing some downtime, some headlines and all that stuff, I walked into the elevator, and it was this kid, and she was blind, and she was trying to get in the elevator. So, you know, the doors are trying to close and stuff. Man, I'm about to cry thinking about that little girl. And then so I had to help her, and then her sister was with her, and she was trying to help her, and then she got in. And that's something that I always talk about with my itty bitties and stuff. It's just like perspective. You know, as much as we're going to get content off of this and talk about it, because it is happening, so we're not going to run from it. But at the same time, keep perspective. That little girl can't even see. I'm talking about what I'm dealing with, and at least I can see it. At least I'm a part of it in full faculties and capacities, all my senses. Same thing I told my son, and I told you guys this before. When I was his age, my best friend died. At his age, 10 years young. And now I look at him, and he's 10 years old, and he's got to deal with, like, what's going on with mama and daddy? I'm still here, not dead. That's the message I got for all of this. Like all this ups and downs, what network, how much you gonna make? You gonna get more? Oh, I just signed this deal. Like sometimes just step back, stand up, be above it, keep that perspective. Cam Newton certainly was preaching that. And just remember, man, just keep going. You know, you're going through hell, keep going. That's how you prevail. All right, y'all. Love for y'all. Have an amazing day. We went long on purpose. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Enjoy and have an amazing day.